Now at 6, a proposal in Carthage to add a local tax to recreational marijuana. We'll break it down. Plus, why a Missouri congressman paid a visit to Joplin. And from homecoming queen to a national award winner, we're going to look at the inspiring story of a Grove Ridge Runner football standout.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Carthage, Missouri voters will decide whether the city adds a local tax on recreational marijuana. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Kerry Worthen talks with city administrator and has more.
I think it's a good thing. I think 3% is not too high, to scare people off. I know some people are upset about it, but, you can't please everybody.
Carthage voters will decide on April 4th whether the city can charge an additional 3% sales tax on recreational marijuana in the city. Adam Murphy is the director of retail at Blue Sage Cannabis Deli in Carthage, Missouri. Blue Sage is the only dispensary in Carthage at this time.
I want our medical patients in Carthage to know that we're going to take care of them. I know there's some buzz around that, medical patients are going to get shorted because the adult use customers are going to come in and take all the product, but we're not going to let that happen here.
Carthage City Administrator Greg Dagnan says some cities could collect $100,000 to $150,000 in additional sales tax revenue.
These businesses will pop up. We only have one in town right now, but we expect that we're going to have a lot more. So then you'll have those jobs, and then you'll have, again, whatever may come from that as far as the city's response to all that additional business.
I think it's a reasonable number. I do. I think it's the right number. It's kind of mid-ground there. So yeah, we'll definitely do whatever the city tells us to do. So that's the important part. So
in Carthage, Kerry Worthen, KOAM News.
The Joplin City Council last night voted to put a similar 3% tax proposal on the Joplin ballots in April. Also, the state of Missouri will collect a 6% sales tax on recreational marijuana. That's on top of sales taxes already put in place by state and localities. A new bill in the Missouri State House would get rid of an abortion ban that went into effect last June. That law made abortions essentially illegal. A new bill was filed by House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid of Springfield. Quaid says she filed it because she wants women's reproductive health to still be a conversation. Republican Representative Bishop Davidson says it's a conversation that's been had for years, and he'd be surprised if the bill makes it to the House floor for debate.
Because let's be clear, this legislation is not about when human life begins. It is about whether or not human life ought to be defended. And so it would get a lot of discussion. Do I think it will get a lot of discussion? I'm not sure this ever even makes it onto the floor.
I don't anticipate that bill to get much attention, if anything at all. It was merely just hey, this is still happening. We shouldn't forget about it. And everybody needs to, keep paying attention and having this discussion.
9 bills have been filed in the Missouri legislature tied to abortion. Some have to do with repealing the current law. Others have to do with public funds. Missouri Governor Mike Parson this afternoon delivered his 2023 State of the State address to the Missouri General Assembly. He says the state is committed to putting quality internet service in every home, school, business, and farm. And Missouri is dedicating $250 million toward that effort. Parson says the state has already expanded broadband to nearly 70,000 underserved homes and businesses across the state. Newly elected Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson visited KCU Joplin today. Burleson, who represents Missouri's 7th Congressional District, toured the facility and spoke to the College of Dental Medicine, which is scheduled to open in June. Among the topics he discussed, the debt ceiling.
I'm new, but I didn't go to Washington to raise the debt ceiling, right? I think that we're passing on to our children a debt that is unsustainable, and at some point we have to cut the credit card in half. So that's why I think that we need to figure out ways to control the spending, not continue to raise the debt limit.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told lawmakers last week the nation will reach the debt limit tomorrow. We have snow chances ahead. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we do. After all the showers and thunderstorms that we had last night into the morning hours, pretty good rainfall amounts as well. almost an inch at the airport in Joplin, puts us at 1.25 for the month of January so far. We did get some sunshine out during the afternoon, so this helped our temperatures warm up. Most of us near 50 to about 53 degrees, but we're going to turn drastically colder later on tonight as the backside of this storm system heads in. The evening hours are going to be fine, but as this backside kind of rotates to our north, could get a few flurries in here, a few light little snow showers passing by late tonight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures greatly drop off by morning. I think an overnight low right around 31. We are tracking 2 storm systems with snow potential, one over the weekend, one early next week. We'll break it down for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Grove, Oklahoma high school football player was named the state's Player of the Year by Gatorade. KOAM's Ember Jenkins shares his inspiring story.
I told y'all it was coming! I told y'all!
Emmanuel Crawford is one of Grove's brightest players during Friday Night Lights. From coaches to the student body, everybody recognizes Emmanuel's talent.
Emmanuel is an outstanding football player, and that's how most people have gotten to know him, but he's a better human being. And remember, he's a really, really good football player.
Emmanuel was the only one surprised when Gatorade named him the Player of the Year for the state of Oklahoma.
It was a surreal moment, with all the other good players in Oklahoma, kids who were 5 stars, 4 stars. It was crazy to me. I found out in the weight room and I was just sat there there's no way this is happening.
Family, hard work, and faith are elements Emmanuel dedicates his success to. However, life hasn't always been easy. Born in Ghana and sold into child slavery, Emmanuel values how football taught him to not let a bad start affect the overall game.
It really helps you with the battles you go through in life because football, you could do something really bad one play and then the next play you go score a touchdown. It changes your mood completely.
Football isn't the only thing Emmanuel is known for. He was crowned Homecoming King, DJ'd the homecoming dance, yet was still humble enough to help clean up afterwards.
So the kid who's the homecoming king is DJing the dance, scoring 5 touchdowns, and is taking out the trash from the dance. I mean, he's just a humble, hardworking young man.
Reporting in Grove, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Boy, we wish him well and congratulations. Crawford is planning on attending the University of Arkansas this summer. A Carthage teacher received a big honor today. Christina Landberg is one of 12 educators to join Scholastic's inaugural 2022-23 Teacher Fellow cohort. She teaches 4th grade at the Carthage Intermediate Center. The cohort of educators get the chance to collaborate with Scholastic Education's research product, research, and publishing teams.
So I specifically will be reviewing those book proposals for Scholastic and giving my opinion on if I think they would be beneficial to other classroom teachers. And then we also have done a few book covers, which is kind of fun to do.
The program will run until July. Landberg will complete a project that will be showcased at a summit in Scholastic's New York City headquarters at the end of the program. Coming up, eggs, they remain pricey. We're going to hear from a Kansas bakery on the effects. And later, the story of a blind swimmer in Arkansas taking her passion for swimming beyond the pool. Eggs are one of those kitchen staples that have a lot of people looking twice at the price. Avian flu, inflation, and shortages have increased the price by nearly 60% nationwide from a year ago. For bakers who go through dozens upon dozens of eggs, well, it's very noticeable. Sean Loging spoke with a Kansas baker looking to keep the price of eggs from breaking her business.
In this basement turned kitchen.
Kind of was the best of both worlds, being able to bake and decorate cakes, because you get to do the cooking and make delicious things and make them look pretty.
Haley Lamry runs her small business, Sweet Crumbs Bakery.
I make cakes, cookies, macarons, Pop-Tarts. I do weddings, birthdays, any kind of customization you need.
And all those sweet treats have to start somewhere.
All right, here comes the really messy part.
That combination of flour, butter, eggs, and on has gotten a lot pricier for Haley.
I opened in 2020 and it was hard surviving the pandemic, I thought.
The most noticeable lately has been the eggs.
I go through probably 50 dozen a month. My base white cake recipe is 5 eggs, so it's 4 egg whites and 1 whole egg. and I use that recipe for the majority of my flavors. So yeah, it adds up quickly. Let's just say that.
Tracking her expenses, Haley says she's spending 94% more on eggs than a year ago. Avian flu, the main culprit, with the infection of tens of millions of birds.
Eggs used to be so cheap, it wasn't a big deal to throw away the egg yolk. And now I'm like really crying every time I have to throw away half the eggs I buy.
Combine that with the added cost for her other base ingredients, butter, flour, and sugar. Haley's been trying her best to keep it from costing customers more.
It's a hard balance to find where, you know, you can make a good profit and still be a fair price.
But there's no way to get around that this impacts the bottom line.
I'm hoping that I do survive this next year and that prices don't continue the trend of increasing.
As Haley continues to create.
All right, cute little mom's cake.
She says the hope is the customers that keep coming back.
Although high egg prices might tempt you to buy your own chickens, health experts say that comes with some risks. You can learn more about those risks on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, the inspiring story of a blind swimmer from Arkansas looking to the next step of her career.
Plus, we have more rain and snow chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, we had the showers, we had the thunderstorms earlier this morning, really late last night through the morning hours, and then really pushed out of here by early afternoon. Then we got sunshine, looks pretty good right now. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. With the sun, our temperatures warmed up decent amount. Most of us near 60, sitting upper 40s northern counties, and then most of us kind of 50 to about 55 degrees across the region. We are going to turn sharply colder as we go through the overnight hours tonight, plus the winds. These are really going to pick up as we get mainly after midnight. You can already see them starting to increase just to the west of Wichita. So it's going to be windy by morning. 7th range line looks pretty good, currently sitting at 50. South winds 5 to 10, humidity is at 77%. Through the night, we drop into the 40s and then down near freezing. Plus the clouds thicken back up after midnight as we get on the backside of this storm system. But you can see the rain was really out of here early afternoon. We look pretty good at this point in time. So everybody's dry. Rainfall amounts through the metro about 1.1 inches from Pittsburgh to Miami to Neosho through Joplin into Carthage. That's where the heaviest amounts of rain fell throughout really the daytime hours today. All right, here's the backside of this system, dropping a ton of snow in Nebraska, but as this rotates through, it will kind of clip our northern counties. We'll get the clouds, but we may get a few random snow showers in our northern counties and even a few flurries. Let's go through time. Midnight, winds increase, clouds increase. Through the rest of the overnight hours, you can see a little band of snow kind of clipping our northern counties. Fort Scott, Nevada, El Dorado Springs, Stockton. You could get a quick burst of light snow. Everybody else, just a few flurries. We have the clouds in the morning. We break out in the afternoon. Kind of chilly, 41 Lamar, 43 in Miami, Parsons, up to about 41 degrees. Clear skies for us tomorrow night. As we go into Friday, we start in the upper 20s. Clouds increase again throughout the afternoon hours on Friday. A little bit better as we go into the upper 40s for highs. Clouds really thicken up Friday night into Saturday morning. That's going to be ahead of our next storm system, which will affect us over the weekend. All right, check out the winds. Late tonight by morning, gusts kind of 30 upwards to 35. They do kind of calm down a little bit as we get into the afternoon. So our wind forecast, you may want to move the trash can in the garage because definitely could be knocked over. It's not going to be gone, but definitely could disappear. All right, temperatures through the morning into the 30s. We get up to about 44. We do get some sunshine late in the day. Then we're going to watch our next storm system. This should give us rain Saturday afternoon. If you're heading north to Arrowhead, could be actual snow moving in after about 3 or 4 p.m. So we'll have to watch the timing on this. But everybody could switch over to snow as we get into Saturday night and Sunday morning. Could get even a little bit of accumulation over the weekend. 44 tomorrow, 47 on Friday. Showers late Saturday, rain snow mix into Sunday morning. Another system, all snow, by Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Here comes winter again.
Coming back.
We just get a little taste of spring, and then here it comes. Thanks, Doc. Up next, how a legally blind swimmer from Arkansas is turning her experience into a life-changing opportunity. A competitive young swimmer from Arkansas who became legally blind just a few years ago is turning the experience into an inspiring, life-affirming opportunity, taking her passion for the pool further than ever. Chelsea Brown reports.
Northern Iowa's Olivia Chambers has been swimming for 15 years.
I love getting up and racing everyone else, and just being in the water makes me happy.
But the last few have been the most challenging. At 16 years old, Chambers was declared legally blind.
It was a lot of learning curves, but in the water, I mainly had to learn how to count my strokes so I knew when to flip so I wouldn't hit the wall. And then in school, I got a bunch of different accommodations to help me, like large print and extra time.
The news was life-altering for Chambers, but she wasn't ready to give up swimming. Now, as a sophomore, the Arkansas native seems to be settling in here at Northern Iowa. Last month, she became the first Panther para-swimming national champion.
That was a really special moment. You know, there's not a lot of kids that can turn what might be the most challenging thing in their life into a positive.
I never thought that my life would take this turn, but it has, and it's really exciting to finally have something good come out of losing my vision.
Chambers finished first in the 400-meter freestyle and 200-meter individual medley, beating out a three-time Paralympic champion. She was also named the swimmer of the meet.
It was really crazy because I never really imagined swimming up with like the big names of the para swimming, so it was really exciting and is opening many doors for me.
Having lost her sight just over 3 years ago, Chambers is still making adjustments.
Moving to new pools is hard because the lighting, the walls, everything kind of changes. While it's the same length, the lighting can really mess with what it looks like through my eyes.
But she continues to get faster. Her next goal is to dip her toes into representing Team USA on an international stage.
It is a dream, it is a goal to go to the Paralympics in 2024, but we'll see what the future holds.
Outside of the water, her coach says she's finally letting her full personality shine. And that confidence will only help her pursuit in the pool.
If she continues to do what she's doing, we don't see any limits on what she can accomplish.
A final check of the forecast next. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Alva Parker Russell served in the U.S. Army in 1918 and 1919. The Airport Drive Village, Missouri native was stationed at Camp Dodge in Iowa, Company G, 88th Infantry and 19th Division units. Although he was never deployed, he worked tirelessly at the camp hospital during the influenza epidemic. And we're proud to salute Alva Parker Russell, a four-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We look at efforts at Missouri Southern to reopen the Taylor Performing Arts Center. Plus, what a new study shows about marijuana use among elderly Americans and how hospitals across the country are turning to robots to help fill nursing shortages. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Kind of a wet day out there, Doug.
Yeah, we had showers and thunderstorms during the morning hours, but we're going to stay mainly dry tonight. Our northern counties could get a few flurries in the morning. 44, so quite a bit cooler. 47 Friday. Rain and snow chances over the weekend.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.